Hey, cake lovers, have you ever taken a bite of red velvet cake and thought, what sorcery is this? That smooth, velvety texture, that perfect hint of cocoa, that rich, creamy frosting. It's almost too good to be true. But did you know that this cake has a history as rich as its flavor? Oh, and some scandal too. So grab a fork or just use your hands, no judgment here, because we're diving deep into the delicious, mysterious past of red velvet cake. So, where did this crimson beauty come from? Well, our journey takes us back to the 1800s when cakes were just starting to get fancy. Back in the day, bakers used to mix cocoa powder into cake batter to create a softer, finer texture, what they called a velvet cake. And that, my friends, is where our story begins. But wait, it wasn't red yet. Nope, that came later. Now, this is where things get interesting. In the early 1900s, something magical, or rather scientific, happened. During the Great Depression, when food was scarce and expensive, some sneaky food scientists noticed that cocoa and vinegar reacted with certain ingredients, turning the cake a slightly reddish hue. So technically, the first red velvet cakes weren't fire truck red. More like, did I leave my lipstick in the laundry? Kinda red. Enter the real game changer, food coloring. In the 1930s, the Adams Extract Company saw an opportunity and went all in. They started marketing red food dye like it was the latest fashion trend. Want to make your cakes fancier? Bright red it is. And let me tell you, the people ate it up, literally. Red velvet cake became a sensation. Oh, now here's where we add a little scandal to our cake. Ever heard of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in New York? Well, legend has it that back in the 1950s, a woman dined at the hotel, fell in love with their red velvet cake, and asked for the recipe. The hotel allegedly sent it to her, along with a hefty bill for $350. Outraged, she did what any good citizen of the 1950s would do. She photocopied that recipe and shared it with everyone. And just like that, red velvet cake spread across America faster than a juicy rumor at a bake sale. But wait, what about the frosting? Originally, red velvet cake was topped with something called ermine frosting, a light and fluffy butter roux frosting. But in the 1950s and 60s, cream cheese frosting waltzed in and stole the show. And honestly, we have zero complaints. That tangy, creamy goodness against the soft, chocolatey cake, pure perfection. Today, red velvet is everywhere. Cakes, cupcakes, ice cream, waffles. Heck, I even saw a red velvet candle once. And while some people think it's just chocolate cake with food coloring, we know better. Red velvet is its own special magic. It's a love story between cocoa, buttermilk, and just the right amount of nostalgia. So, the next time you enjoy a piece of red velvet cake, just remember, you're biting into a piece of history and possibly some hotel drama. If you loved this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Do you prefer red velvet with ermine frosting or cream cheese frosting? Let the debate begin. Until next time, stay sweet and stay curious.